Welcome to the Train Hard, Recover Smart podcast. I'm Thomas Flanagan, and today's episode, I'm going to tell my story. I'm going to tell you, a little bit about my background, a little bit about how I got into fitness, and how I got where I am today. So, just a little background. I served 4 years in the Marine Corps, and then I did, let's see what I did, 14 years in the Army, and when I was medically retired back in 2016. I have a pretty screwed up neck. It's causing issues on my right side. Um, along with a bunch of other things. So, how I got into fitness. So, after I finished Warrant Officer School, I went and I started training in Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai and really got into it. I did some tournaments, placed a little bit in the Jiu-Jitsu side. And then I did, I wanted to experience a Muay Thai fight. So I got in the best shape of my life. I decided I was going to drop a lot of weight in July of 2011. And by March of 2012, I was down to about 190 pounds. And then I set my sights on doing that Muay Thai fight. And, I got down. I did a fight that June 1st of 2012. I lost. But it was fun. And I got all the way down to 180. And I was in the best shape of my life. Everything was going good. My career was taking off. Everything was well on track. That December, right after a hurricane mission that fall, I was home and I passed out, and from there on, things started to spiral out of control. Um, that December I got sick. Doctors didn't know what was wrong with me. I started having really bad headaches that put me in the hospital. Then, we got those under control, and then I tore my shoulder. Had surgery on that in December of 2013, and things started looking better. Started moving in the right direction, and ultimately it came down to my neck. Uh, was the final straw. So, but back in 2014, after I tore my shoulder, doctors didn't know what was wrong with me, and the group of guys that helped me get down to my weight, get my weight down. Uh, One of them, recommended that I get into study personal training. Teach me how the body works and things like that. So I did it. In 2014, I got certified as a personal trainer, and I started then Accountable Fitness that August, and started working with clients once I got back from my military school that fall, and it just kept going, and I was enjoying it. Got a ton of certificates, got a college 2-year degree out of it, and as things started to spiral down, I started to learn more. Started wanting to help people, and I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I figured back in 2014 that was going to be, I had at that time I had about 7 years before I hit my 20, and I was going to be the next chapter. So I was going to take the 7 years to develop my skill set and get where I need to be, and then go from there. Well, 2016 rolled around, and here I am, no longer in the military. So I moved the Accountable Fitness out of the house, out of the garage, into a building, and started to go to work. It was a big struggle. Tell you, big struggle running, doing things. I made a lot of mistakes. I never really valued myself correctly. Stressed out all the time, trying to make ends meet. And, it just wasn't happening. And then did that from 2017 2019, sold half the company. By that summer, I was done. I left and went on to do other things. And I went on and worked for LA Fitness for a while, and did that for a few months, and then you know came back, but never wanted to come back to go back to accountable fitness. I really wanted to be done with it. I brought on partners to help me, and all they see me do is just give me more work. You know, so but the whole accountable fitness story isn't something else. But that closed down. We closed it in October of last year, 2022, and now TNR Fitness is here. Well, it has been here since 2019, but it's just been a little side project. But now it's full fledged. It's up and running. Got a lot of cool things with it. And my goal with TNR is to help as many people as I can. Being online, I can help people more with lower prices instead of doing in-person stuff. It's just a lot of fun. And the reason I do this, if you follow me on social media, I did a video about it the other day, is, if I wanted to make a ton of money, I take one of the logistics jobs that's out there. I have a very good background in that. I could probably get one of those jobs pretty easy if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I spent so much time in the military trading time for money that I missed out on a lot of stuff. And when you get out, you don't get the time back. You never really get to where you want to be. So with that, TNR is here to help you no matter what. I really want to help veterans and service members, because again, the military does a great job training you what to do and to be a Marine, a soldier, an airman, in the Navy, Coast Guard, whatever. They train you great. But when it comes time to get out, they do a very horrible job at it. And I can testify to that. When you join the military, you go through anywhere from 2 months to 3 months worth of boot camp. Then your way to school, it could be anywhere from 4 months to 6 months long, maybe a year long. And then you do that job for 3 to 5 years. But when it's time to out process, you're out process in a week. There you go. Go to the VA. They'll help you. Do this, do that. So I want to teach them, the service members getting out, how to keep the mindset going. And, through all my mistakes and everything like that, I want other people to learn from it. But ultimately, my story is I got into this because, I didn't want to be a walking vegetable. I didn't want to take medication that was going to basically put me to sleep, wake up, eat, sleep, eat, sleep, eat, sleep. I didn't want to do that. And taking everything I've learned through personal experiences and education and stuff like that, being able to help somebody achieve goals. These days I trade my time for my clients. And it's not really trading my time. It's more, helping them get to where they want to be. Some of my best clients I had, with Accountable Fitness. Amanda, we really did really good work with her. She really started showing muscle definition. It was great. Stephanie, she was the poster child for a while. She lost 50 pounds in 10 months. She was like the big project I took, and well, I didn't take it, but she was the determined, and she got there. And then working with a high school football team, helping them. One of Jordan. Jordan's a really good kid, and we improved so much for when he went to the high school combine. He improved so much in the short period of time he worked with me that he pretty much set PRs that year. And then after him, there's numerous other ones. Most recently, my client Shannon, another one. We lost 50 pounds in 10 months, and now we're getting ready to see how much she can really move. And then you have Matt. Matt, he's a specialist getting ready to be a sergeant in the Army. He's away at aerosol school, and the amount of work and the amount of muscle definition and conditioning and everything that we did for the month and a half before he left was phenomenal. When he gets back, we're going to be doing a video testimonial, so you'll be able to see all that. And Nick, I got Nick right now. Nick's doing great. He's a month into the project, our program, and he's doing awesome. So again, my story is, I'm not your typical trainer. I don't walk around with a six pack. I don't walk around, um, my shirt off, doing poses, none of that. But I do know that you can live a better life and a healthier life if you just move. And by moving, it's great. It'll make things not hurt as much. I think my daughter sometimes refers to me as an old diesel. It takes a long time to warm up, especially in the mornings. But again, back to my story, it's a long one. The overall picture, the summary of the story is, I hit a peak and then fell off the mountain. And falling off the mountain, got broken. And now I'm working my way back up that mountain. So I go through the same struggles, same things that everybody else goes through. You know, um, some days I don't want to work out, but I go. You know, and I really changed my mindset back in probably January is when I changed my mindset, and with that change, I focused on me. And again, another video I did this week is when you start focusing on yourself, you're gonna figure out who your friends are, who really is there to support you. You know, um, it gets lonely. I'll tell you, it gets lonely, but it helps you focus. It helps you stay on track on why you're doing what you're doing. And I encourage everybody to pick a goal. I don't care how big it is. Pick it. My goal this year, I have two of them. I want to get back down around 200, um, and I want to hit the 1,000 pound club with my big three: my squat, my deadlift, and my bench. That's my goal. I'll be 48 this year, and the last time I did the 1,000 pound club was in my early 20s when I was still in the Marine Corps. So, um, pick your big goal. You know, my right now when I weighed in, I was about 245, so I got 45 pounds more to go. So I break that up into small goals. Each week, 1 pound. That's it. So I want to lose 1 pound a week. And with my lifts, I want to add 5 pounds a week, 10 pounds a week, whatever. Pick a goal, then break it up into small pieces, and then eat your way to the top. You but yeah, again, recap my story. I hit a peak, 180, did a Muay Thai fight, best shape of my life. And then my body started to break down. That's it, broke down, and now I'm refocused and know where I want to go, and now I can say I'll get there. I know it will. And along the way, I want to continue to help and educate and motivate people to reach the goals that they want to do. So, moral of the story is no matter how bad it gets, you can always get out of it. You can always work back up. And that's my goal. I'm going to get back. I'll get back up there. You know, just you got to be determined. You got to be focused. You got to know what you want. And you got to know how to get there. And again, the beginning it'll be lonely, but it'll be worth it in the end. You prove something to yourself. You know, um, but yeah, that's a little bit about me. I am going to share some other stories about you know certain things, dark times that happen between the time I left the military and where I am today. I'll share some more. I'll share more of that story as we go on. I'll share the rise and the fall of accountable fitness. I'll share how that went, and you know, but for this week's episode, I just wanted to give you a little background on me. Yeah, I can sit here and read off every certification I have, every specialization, whatever. I could read all that off to you, but that my education doesn't mean anything. It means I studied a book, passed the test. What I wanted to get out there for everybody to know is I'm just like you. I'm on the road to my goal. I've been there, got there, and I fell off. And down the mountain I went. And everything well, everything was out of control. But you can always go back, no matter what. It'll be hard, but you can get there. So staying focused, keeping your mindset right. You'll hear I talk a lot about mindset, and mindset is key. You can't let the negativity and all of that get in your way. You have to remain focused. Change the negative thoughts to positive thoughts. A joke. Tell me I can't do something, I'll do it twice. May take me long, but I'll do it twice. I started one business and it failed. It was okay for a while, then it failed. Now I'll do it again. Make this one success. And my definition of success is there's nothing else than being able to change people's lives and help them. That's my definition of success. Is the smile on somebody's face when we hit a goal that they never thought they could do, or we start doing something that they never thought they would be able to do. But you can get there, and I go through, like I said, I go through the same struggles that everybody else does. I fight the food demon just as much as you, but it's just making the right choices and doing the right things. It'll get you there. So that's me. Spent from the age of 19 to the age of 41 in the military, 4 years in the Marine Corps, 14 years in the Army. Medically retired. Like I said, hit the peak of my best shape of my life back in 2012. That was 11 years ago. Damn. And things spiraled out of control. And now I'm working to get back there. And just want to let y'all know you can get there. Just stay focused, keep going, and just stay moving. All right. Well, this was the Train Hard, Recover Smart podcast. If you need help, follow me on social media. I'll put my social media links in, or follow me on Instagram. That's the best one that I use. You can find me on Facebook at Thomas Flanagan. But you can find me on Instagram at Coach Tom Fitness. It's Coach_Tom_Fitness. Follow me there. If you need help, need advice, just shoot me a DM. Shoot me a DM that says podcast, and I'll respond and give you some free advice and help you out and get you going. All right, guys. It was a great episode. It's hard for me to share my story, but this part of my story is the easy part. The next two parts that I'll share are not so easy. The rise and fall of accountable fitness. I'll share that story, and I'll share one of the darkest times between where I am today and where it was when I got out of the military. I'll be sharing that story here in the next couple of weeks. All right, but again, everybody, as always, train hard, recover smart, and always work to be better than you were yesterday.